Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here on YouTube. Joining me today is Crypto Airborne. Welcome to the channel, Crypto Airborne. Thank you for joining. Let's do a quick audio check here. Can you hear me okay, Crypto?
Yep, I can hear you. I have the live stream pulled up on another tab.
Okay, awesome. Let me get that pulled up here. All right, I think the show is yours. I'm going to go ahead and stop my screen sharing there.
Unless my thing is behind. I don't see it going right now. But are we live right now?
We're live, baby. So I'm seeing like a screenshot. So there you go.
Okay. Are we live?
We're live, baby.
We're waiting. I'm looking on the YouTube link that you have, and I don't see it. Can anyone else confirm in the comments? I don't see any comments.
So on the link that I sent you, this is all brand new to me.
Yeah, me too.
So on the link that I sent you, geez. So it looks like we got 5 people watching.
Okay.
We got 5 people. To me. So Joshua Mullins in the house. Alex, thanks for tuning in. Let's see. We are just going to let this kind of fire up for a quick second here.
Yeah, let's just wait 30 seconds or something. Because it's weird. I don't know.
Then,
can you see the live stream on your YouTube link? Because I don't see it right now, and I keep refreshing it. But it looks like we are live because I can see what we see on my screen. It looks like, yes, you're live, Fitness Den, Josh Ramon. Okay, so I guess we're live.
Yep, we are.
I'll just keep going with it. So, all right, what's up? How you guys doing tonight? Crypto Airborne in the house.
Yeah, we got Rob KC up in this hizzy. This is Chick-fil-A TA. We're going to go and break down the Chick-fil-A stock if there is some. All right. So let's just get rocking and rolling, I guess.
Okay.
And then if anyone in the super chat, feel free to drop a crypto that you want me to check out here. Towards the end of the video, we'll break it down on the chart quick. But yeah, the air is all yours, Crypto Airborne.
All right, so yeah, you're gonna have to check the chat because I can't see it. So I'll just talk about a little bit my crypto background. If you guys don't know who I am or you haven't been to my YouTube channel, I just recently started up my first videos talking about my whole backstory and kind of how everything came to be. So originally from Ohio, spent 7 years in the active Army. I don't even know if anyone's interested about my military career or whatever, but I was infantry, airborne. That's where Crypto Airborne came from. Jumped out of planes with the 82nd Airborne, did 21 jumps there. And then I switched my branch over to the Signal Corps. I did the Signal Corps. So anything that has to do with automations and communications, that type of stuff, did that. And then eventually ended up getting out of the military in 2016. Did the reserves for 1 year. I switched my branch again, third time. I did psychological operations, which is pretty interesting, but I didn't decide to stay in. At that time, I didn't have a job. I was kind of in transition mode or whatever. So started looking into crypto a little bit. My buddy, actually not my buddy, my cousin started telling me about XRP back in the day in 2016. He's like, yeah, man, this coin's going to blow up. You got to check it out. He's like, you got to buy it. So at the time, Binance was the exchange that everyone used, and it was so hard. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what it was. I remember buying a bunch of stuff, and it was hard to even get my money onto the exchange. It was so weird. But yeah, so I was doing that, playing around with crypto and all that, and then I started a drone business. Didn't really take off. Made some money, but did a lot of stuff for free, and then eventually ended up getting a quote unquote real job. Worked for Amazon. I was an on-road area manager for them for the last 3.5 years. So I worked at a delivery station, they call it. So it's the last place your package goes before it leaves the station and goes to your house, where the vans come in, they load everything up. So I kind of managed all the on-road operations for that for the last 3.5 years. And during those 3.5 years, jumped right into crypto, man. I had Coinbase and Robinhood is what I had in 2017 and 2018 and 2019. And so I was diving into that. I got a bunch of Amazon stock with the company that vested over the course of 4 years. So when I had my stock vest, instead of just holding on to it, straight into cryptocurrency. Put it into Cardano, Binance, and some bunch of other coins. And then sure enough, you guys all know beginning of this year, bull run kicked off, or late last year, and then my portfolio exploded. So I just recently quit my job working at Amazon, and I'm what you guess you could say in my crypto retirement, but kind of do like full-time when I'm not watching the kids and whatnot and spending time with the family. I'm just doing, social media, stuff like that. Got my YouTube channel, TikTok. I try to get into as much cryptocurrency stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you for your service once again. And we're really happy to have you on the channel. And your story is remarkable. Just seems like now more so than ever, the crypto wealth boom is just you hear story after story after story, just like yours.
Yeah.
People investing smartly and really retiring early, which is great.
Yeah, and if we're in we're apparently, well, hopefully, I don't know. I think we are. We're in the second leg up of this bull run. Who knows how long that's going to go to? I don't know, but just make sure you guys take profits on your way. Don't get greedy.
You know what I think about the second leg up theory?
What?
Man, I don't know. We'll see. We're going to go over Bitcoin here in a second.
Yeah. But that's my story. I don't know if you want me to talk about Voyager real quick.
Yeah.
I take about 5 minutes on how I got into Voyager and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So, folks, a lot of these coins I discuss on the channel here are directly pulled from Voyager app. It's just a great app, user-friendly. And this is not a live stream to promote Voyager. It's just a legitimate product, I guess, statement that I'm making is I do enjoy the app. It's easy to use, and it's got a good little selection of coins. It's fast, blah, blah, blah. I like it better than Robinhood. I'll say that much. But Dan has been heavily involved, especially behind the scenes with like the CEO and some VGX heroes, which is a group that
I'm gonna talk about that. Yeah, I got some VGX heroes in here. I got Fitness Den in Gollum. What's up, man? I don't know if there's anybody else. If there's any other VGX people in here, write something in the chat. I finally got the chat working. So yeah. So Voyager token, Voyager app. So going back to my story in like 2019 and whatnot, I was starting to get sick of Coinbase. It was just they had high fees and whatnot, and I was just looking for something different. And I just did a quick Google search, and I found something about Voyager just started. It's this new brokerage that offers a bunch of different crypto. They had a bunch of different coins from Coinbase and whatnot. And so I ended up just downloading it. Loved the user interface. It was easy to use. They ended up offering interest, which is one of the biggest things that drew me to the Voyager app. And I got that in about 2019. I forget exactly when in 2019 when I downloaded it, but I remember being super early to it because when Voyager was on their social media, they would tweet and stuff. I feel I was just like one of the only ones that ever like and comment and all this stuff, which is crazy. And then in December of 2020, they did a contest where you had to like, retweet, tag people, whatever, like all those other contests where they gave away 5,000 VGX tokens. So sure enough, I did that, and then I ended up winning it. So if you guys knew that the Voyager token went up to $7 and I had 5,000 tokens, what is that, $35,000 at its peak or whatever. So that was like the biggest thing I ever like.
That's so sick.
Yeah. So I was like, oh man, this is awesome. And then around that time, January 2020, you guys all know the GameStop, the GME, AMC, what is it called? The what is the thing I'm thinking of? Wall Street Bets. Yeah. So, you know how everyone was on Robinhood trying to get into Dogecoin and all that, and then it like kept going down. People were getting mad, so they were looking for alternative platforms to get Doge, and then all of a sudden, VGX, boom! People started just going to VGX, or not VGX, but going and downloading the app and whatnot. So then all of a sudden, Voyager's blew up. They have I don't even know exactly how many funded accounts now compared to just regular apps that they download. I think they have like over 1 million or whatever. So that's really where Voyager, the app, and everything took off. And then from the period from about January 2020 until about May, they had like, I don't know, 30 employees. Now I think they have almost 200. So they're one of the fastest growing brokerages. And they had a lot of issues. There's a lot of people complaining about them with customer service, which Steve Ehrlich, the CEO, definitely addressed. And he said that they were going to scale the platform for 10 million users, I think by like mid-May or end of May. And he definitely kept his word, because if you throughout social media, Twitter and whatnot, there's less complaints and whatnot, and withdrawals were faster. And they pretty much getting their act together. And I think they're really good right now. So yeah, that's kind of how I got into Voyager. I was an early investor in it. And then all of a sudden in June came around, and on Twitter, all this VGX hero thing started popping up. So I was like, what is VGX heroes? I'm like, I love Voyager. I don't know. There's like not really a community for it or whatever. So then all of a sudden, the Voyager hero came out, and it was started by this guy named Floki, Maximus, and I think someone else. But they just wanted to kind of get rid of all the FUD behind Voyager and the Voyager token. And they created a Telegram, a Discord. The Discord is the biggest thing right now. I guess I was like, oh, hey, what do you do? So you just basically you pick a hero. Here, I'll show my screen real quick. So basically, here's the Discord. They'll send you a link. You click on the pinned message. There's a hero list. So I think there's like over 300 different heroes that you can choose from. And basically, you just gotta pick a person. It could be anyone: sports player, character from a movie, an actual person, whoever. And then they'll mint you. So they'll write up a whole cool little like summary about yourself, about your character or whatever. And then boom, you're officially part of the VGX heroes. So it's kind of like a community.
Is it like an NFT or something?
What's that?
Is it kind of like an NFT or something where they just kind of
not really, but they want to talk about. They were talking about starting NFTs, but there's a whole legal thing behind it with intellectual property and stuff. So we can't get into that right now. But
yeah,
it's kind of like a live action role playing LARPing, but like within the crypto scene. And it's like you have GIFs, the GIFs or whatever, and then you can put that. And I don't know. You just if you do hashtag VGX Heroes on Twitter, you'll see all the posts and stuff. But I really love the community. Like there's big things coming for this VGX Heroes. They're doing a Daytona meetup because Landon Castle, he's sponsored by Voyager. He gets paid in cryptocurrency. He's going to be there. Steve Ehrlich's going to be there. They're trying to set up some events, and I'm actually going to go down there, and hopefully I'll be able to meet the CEO in Landon, and I'm going to film it, vlog it for my channel and whatnot, and just kind of like have fun with it. I've never been to a NASCAR race, so that'll be cool, and just network with people. But yeah,
that sounds awesome.
That's pretty much VGX Heroes in a nutshell. How I came about with Voyager and why I like the platform so much.
Was that in Daytona?
Yeah, it's going to be the 27th is the day of the race that night. I think it's 7 p.m.
I flew down to Daytona a couple of weeks ago, actually, for some business. And what was cool was we flew right over the track. And it was just unbelievable to see from the air.
Yeah.
And if you get a chance, rent a sports car and go rip that thing along the beach. That was fun. So they got a little section of beach you can rip down, and just a different experience.
Yeah, I used to live in Florida, and actually I lived in Savannah, Georgia too, when I was stationed in the military. And we'd always go down to Jacksonville, and we went to Daytona Beach a couple times. And I remember like driving by the Daytona 500 Speedway or whatever.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So a lot of big things coming for VGX. I know you have a lot of CKB followers. If you guys don't know about the VGX token, you're probably going to hear about it soon. September 1st is their VLP, their Voyager loyalty program that they're launching, and they have a bunch of marketing stuff coming out. So I guess like when you open the app, boom, there's 3 different levels of Voyager tiers that you have and different perks and whatnot. There's the tier 1's 500 tokens, and then I think it's 5,000, and then 20,000 for Navigator, which is the most. You get the best perks. But there's just a whole slew of things that they have coming out for it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, Voyager, man, I've been throwing around some videos here on the channel, and I was telling some of my subscribers and viewers that, hey, this thing's about ready to pop. And just a week or two ago, this thing was sitting under $2. I'm like, hey, this thing's getting ready to rip. I did a little follow-up video, and man, this thing 2x from like $1.90 something to $4.30 in just a week or two. It was really some nice returns there. But
yeah, it made a huge jump on Monday the 9th. It was at 355, and then it spiked all the way up to 425. So that was when Binance announced that they're going to be supporting the Voyager token swap from their BQX token to the VGX token. So they're going to be doing that on... So deposits and withdrawals for VGX will be opened on the 20th, but all BQX, VGX deposits withdrawals are going to be suspended on August 16th. And then also breaking news for Voyager, they just announced a couple hours ago that the official VGX token swap will start Monday, August 16th at 11 a.m. and all transfers and everything's going to be stopped for 4 days. So I think we're ready to boom after that, but there's so much.
Yeah. So I have, obviously I have, some thoughts about this. We're pausing trading. Are we going to see a huge dip in this price tag? People want to get out. Obviously, having your money locked up for 4 days, if Bitcoin starts tanking,
I know.
I mean, it's like, damn, do we pull the money beforehand or not? I guess might have to just kind of pay attention to Bitcoin before 11 a.m. on 8/16 to see kind of what the market's doing, how Bitcoin's doing. Is I've had my doubts on Bitcoin here, and I've run some videos here, kind of describing some of these similarities and patterns that I'm seeing.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be one of those buy the rumor, sell the news type of things. I don't think it's going to be. There might be a small run up leading up to August 16th at 11 a.m. But I don't think there's going to be much liquidity and much movement because their main liquidity and movement they have is from Binance. And then I guess, secondly, it's Voyager, the Voyager app or whatever. But if you can't trade or sell or do anything on both those platforms, I don't think there's going to be much movement for those 4 days unless it's on other exchanges, smaller exchanges that I probably never heard of.
Yeah, it would probably be private peer-to-peer kind of transactions.
Am I still showing my screen right now? I can't tell.
Yep. You're good.
If you guys go to CoinGecko or whatever and you want to know what platforms certain market or certain coins are on, you just go down to this market tab. So obviously first one, Binance. It tells you how much volume they have the last 24 hours, 87%. And then Uniswap, 0.31%, CoinX, 0.28%, and Hit BTC, nothing. They don't even have the Voyager app volume on here, which is kind of weird to me. But so if Voyager app, Binance is locked up, you're only going to see movement on here. But look how much volume. That's less than 1%. So I don't know if there's going to be a big move leading up to that and then a dip, or it's going to keep going up and up. It's just going to level out for those 4 days. And then when the swap is done, either it's going to dip or just continue to rise. I think it's going to keep going up, especially come September 1st.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we continue here, I just want to give a big shout out to Jeff Heavner for the super chat, $5. I definitely appreciate it. Totally not necessary, but just let you know it'll be locked up in Nervous Network CKB and stored on the DAO. But that's going to be an interesting time for Voyager token, and just to see if we see any manipulation, A, before that token swap or whatever, and B, what the aftermath or end result is.
Yeah, definitely. And I have one more thing I want to show about Voyager, and then I'll shut up about VGX if you guys are sick of hearing me talk about it. If that's okay.
Yeah, I'm even getting sick of it. I'm just kidding.
It's all good. I don't care.
It's all good. I mean,
all right. So Voyager. Why do I like Voyager? It's my second largest holding, next to Cardano. that's a whole other conversation. I'm not even going to talk about it. But Voyager is my second largest holding. I really believe in the company. I believe in the token. Ultimately, in the big picture of things, I think the Voyager app is going to be the new mecca for online digital banking in the future. And it's starting right now, and we're still early. And I think the beginning of the token swap on September 1st is just the very beginning to bigger things to come in the next couple of years. So if you see my screen right now, this is an article that Pat Ackerman wrote. He's real big into Cardano, and he's a real big Voyager person, but he does articles and whatnot. So he wrote this article about Voyager. And basically, a lot of these different exchanges, brokerages that are crypto, they have different layers throughout their company. So there's layer 0, which is the technology portion. You got layer 1, the products portion, layer 2, the services portion, and layer 3, partners. When you first start one of these businesses, what they did is layer 0. You want to get all your layer 0 stuff. So like the stuff that he has down here, layer 0 is basically your APIs, your mobile apps, your web application, market data and pricing, order management, smart order routing, blah, 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 blah. You guys can read the rest. But that's layer 0. Once you get that established, you can start going into layer 1, which are the products that are being built. So you got trading, your coin transfers, the interest, which is awesome, debit cards, which hopefully are coming out the end of October-ish, from what I hear, credit cards in the future, even crypto IRAs would be awesome. And even on top of layer 1, you got layer 2 solutions. So you got crypto payments, crypto to stocks, banking services. So crypto payments. Now, Steve Ehrlich and his long-term vision, what he's seen for crypto payments is basically they just partnered with USIO and Coinify. So those are big payment platforms. What they ultimately want to do is that you're going to have a debit card linked to your account and whatever crypto, per se, USDC, stablecoin. So if I've got $100,000 USDC, I've got my debit card, I want to go to the grocery store, I want to go to a gas station and spend my crypto. What you basically do is you'll go and buy your beer, your cigarettes, your energy drinks, whatever. You swipe it with their debit card, and then it converts your USDC into fiat in whatever country, and boom, there you go. Why do you wouldn't even need a centralized bank anymore. So they ultimately want to become a large scale macro digital bank for the future.
Yeah.
And I think that's a game changer right there.
Yeah, I think that would be that sounds great. And I think like this is heading in the right direction, especially with layer 1 with the whole coin transfer thing, because I know like one of my biggest gripes about Voyager is that I can't lock up my CKB that I've bought there on the Nervous DAO. And so I'm not even buying any more CKB on Voyager because of that. I just buy it on crypto.com.
And I agree with that too. And that's another thing that they talk about is why don't you support transfers for all your tokens or all your coins and whatnot? And I guess there's a big behind the scenes with it and a bunch of legalities in order to do that. So that's another thing. They're very by the book with everything because they are a publicly traded company in the stock exchange in Canada and hopefully NASDAQ soon, I heard. But they do everything the right way. And there are reasons why you can't have trading or transfers of certain tokens and coins on the platform. But going along with like earning interest, like some of my other biggest holdings is CKB and StormX. So a lot of people that are in Voyager are usually StormX fans. Now they have a pretty good partnership, and there's talks of Voyager and StormX right now where they're going to partner with them, where you could be a part of the StormX loyalty program by just holding all of your tokens or your coins of StormX within the Voyager platform. So, and they're thinking of even staking. You could use the staking from StormX and then just have it on Voyager app. So there's talks of that. Okay. And I keep trying to push for CKB and whatnot. Yeah. And I'm going to try, if I meet Steve Ehrlich down in Daytona, I'll definitely bring up CKB. But there was an interview last night on DJ Crypto's channel. He's another big like influencer for Voyager and whatnot. Buy the dip, sell the tip. I like his channel a lot. He does a lot of interviews, Voyager roundtables. But they had the Steve Ehrlich, the CEO, on last night, and he was talking about a lot of different things and whatnot. But
yeah, that's cool. I'd push them on that CKB thing because I know they're staking that CKB in the Nervous DAO, and they are making some 3%.
Yeah. But, and then that's where I was going with that. I drew my blank. But basically, he was talking about the volume and how much like because they have all these coins on there, but like there's some coins that he said that he thinks shouldn't even be on the platform, where they could like take interest away and put it to other coins that people like.
Sure.
So, and he didn't, obviously he can't say what they were or whatever, but like the trading volume, if there's a lot of trading volume with CKB on the platform, they'll push for interest. There'll be more people who want to go to that platform.
Yeah, definitely.
Same thing with Cardano. Like Cardano, why would I want to keep my Cardano on Voyager when I can go to a staking pool and earn between 5 to whatever, depends on the epoch, like 6% or something. But they have a steady 5% interest for Cardano, and I keep it on there. And I stake a little bit too within the Cardano ecosystem. But
yeah, I mean, I guess the one thing that's nice about keeping things on Voyager is if something happens, everything's insured.
That's another thing too. But
you got a big holding, that's a plus.
But yeah, the interest. Last thing, I don't want to. I'll be done talking for a while. You can get into some TA, but the interest rates. Like, they just added into SHIB 2% and Terra Luna at 5.5%, which is pretty big for the month of August. And then also they have what is this, like 30 different assets, probably 30 plus that you can earn crypto on. Biggest one that I always tell people, or how I break them into crypto, or if I start talking about Voyager app, is USDC, 9% interest. And if you're a Voyager token holder and you have, I think it's a 2,500 tokens, you get a 1% interest boost on that. So you get 10% interest.
That's nuts.
So my biggest thing is if I have $1 million and I'm earning 10% interest, I'm making $8,333 a month passive income. And it's until I guess they change interest rates and whatnot in the future. But
yeah, that's awesome.
You can't beat that anywhere else, not even at a traditional centralized bank.
No, not at all. And that's why people are going to crypto, and that's why Voyager is going to become the next bank.
They call it the Binance killer.
Yeah. And I mean, back in the day when people were earning interest just storing their money in traditional banks, everybody had a cottage or 2 cabins in a house, and it was now we have to pay money to keep our money in the bank. And then when we get a loan on it, we basically borrowing our own money at a crazy rate, which, this is where crypto is going to come in and really put some pressure on the banking system.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to put up a fight.
It's either the banks are going to have to partner with these crypto brokerages and exchanges, or they're just going to fall.
Yeah. And I could even see some of these bigger conglomerate banks maybe even buying out a lot of these exchanges in the future, just doing all stock deals or something like that.
Yeah. But I'm done with Voyager.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Let's do some TA on it.
Yeah, let's jump into the TA here, folks. Bear with me 1 second here. Do a quick audio check. Can you hear me, Dan?
Yep. I'm going to mute my mic while you talk.
Okay.
I'm going to try to get to the comments and stuff.
Okay, cool. So here is a chart of Bitcoin. Let's scoot on over to Voyager since we've been talking so much about Voyager. There's my baby CKB right there. And one thing that's interesting about TradingView is that it's still listed as BQX. And I'm wondering after this whole exchange if this will officially get changed over to VGX.
Now that you mentioned that, before you go on, is I heard on Twitter, crypto Twitter, is that what if Binance lists Voyager once they, the token swap is like over or whatever on August 20th? What if they like market it as a new token, new coin on like their platform on Twitter and they announce it?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to blow it up. But that's rumor. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of,
but yeah, it's going to switch to VGX. It's going to go to VGX on Binance.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of interesting to see how these two companies, obviously Binance and Voyager, are in direct competition with each other. But it's kind of interesting to see how these two companies are now starting to kind of talk and carry each other's tokens. I mean, obviously Voyager doesn't carry any Binance token, but you got to wonder if that's going to happen soon. But let's get into Voyager here. Like I was kind of telling all my viewers in the past few videos, was that we had this clear descending triangle that was kind of showing up on the screen. And the reason I knew that this thing was going to pop was obviously crypto was kind of pumping. We have a triple bottom, heavy support right along this $1.54, $1.55 line. And really, when it comes down to it, in reality, let's look at this on a one-day chart here. We could definitely see that we were just running out of room to squeeze. And so we ended up going to the upside. And now Voyager is in an interesting position where we have the 50 moving average kind of creeping on this 200. And like I've kind of said in some of the other videos, folks, once we get a little bit higher price action with Voyager, and this is what I'm hoping happens. I hope we come up and kind of revisit this $5, $6, $7 area, and that will be enough to drag this 50 moving average up quickly that we golden cross. And so that would be so huge for Voyager because we can see what happens when golden crosses occur. Usually it's a good solid event, and we don't really have a whole lot of data here on the daily chart, but we can see that when we have a golden cross, usually good things follow. Now with this Voyager token, we can see some all-time highs back in 2018. We hit $15.
That's crazy.
That's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
And now we've hit about 775 in this bull run so far. It'll be interesting to see if we do a repeat or a retest of that at some point in time. RSI on the daily, folks, is smoking. It's pretty high up there. But as we can see in previous instances, when this coin was banging, RSI was kind of just whiplashing this 90 point mark, somewhere in there, 92. And we were just coming up and down, and we could see from January 5th to February 21st, we went from this is nuts. 15 cents.
Yep, that was
$7.30. I mean,
and how long of a time span was that? Like a couple days?
A month and a half, roughly. I mean, if we go from February 21st to about January 1st, about a month and about 50 days. Nuts. I mean, this is a life-changing pump for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad I got in at between 9 and 15 cents.
Jesus. And I can remember back in the day, you were telling me about
I told you.
Yes,
you did. You to get it.
And who didn't buy it? Me. And I've got some remorse over that. But so with Voyager, folks, if you're holding it, we can definitely see that if we run a little extension here, we're going to bump into a little resistance here. If we can hold, if we can hold over this 50% line, right now we have a doji star. It's green, and it looks like this candle just printed. So really, this is probably hanging up at a doji star just based off Bitcoin and what it is doing. But if we start seeing some upward movement here, $4.75 is definitely, on the road ahead. On the road ahead.
Non-TA people.
This is basically a point right here. This is a perfect doji star. And this is a point where the bulls and the bears are fighting so much that there really isn't any movement. So for August 8th, if we looked at the candles and stuff like this, it would be more of like a sideways trade throughout the day.
Gotcha.
So bulls and bears are fighting really hard here. And it is kind of a maybe it could be considered a light green spinning top, but the fact that it's green is good. Obviously, when you start seeing this thing rise a little bit higher, this 100% for a retest of the $7.67 level, that would be nice to see. But from there, we could definitely see a 200 or 300% on the Fibonacci scale. I wouldn't be surprised, at least in the next bull run, we see some higher numbers here. But $6.80, if you're holding Voyager, keep your eyes out for that, because this is right around the top. And the reason I have this Fibonacci line up is this is a great percentage if you're trading like options to kind of flip your position. So if you got calls, a lot of people will ride their calls up to the 88.6, sell them and buy puts depending on the circumstances of the setup. I was using that earlier to buy some call options on Canopy Growth, a marijuana stock company. So we'll see what happens there. But so Voyager in a nutshell, on the daily, it's looking like we might see a little retracement. But on the weekly, this thing looks like it's just getting ready to party. Some really nice long bodied green candles. This is exactly what we want to see, especially without any wicks on the bottom, because folks, this is Ichimoku Cloud trading candles, what you're seeing here. And so each candle will start halfway in the middle of the previous candle. So we can see that this candle started halfway in the middle of this candle, and it just gives us a lot cleaner cut vision as to where things are actually going. So we can definitely see the top of this candle pushing up against this 50% line, and we are definitely wicking above it in that attempt. So wouldn't be surprised to see a breakthrough with this possibly soon. RSI is floating 60, man. Same with the stochastic. That's why I
with this token swap, how TA is going to how it's going to work with the 4 days of pretty much no trading.
Yeah.
It's going to stay sideways.
It's going to put a wrench into things. Yeah. It's going to put a wrench into things for sure. Stochastics and RSI are looking great for a pump. I'm just going to say that much right now. But that's pretty much that for Voyager. Obviously, I threw a link down in the chat to get to Crypto Airborne's channel. Make sure you give him a subscribe. Let's scoot on over to, I guess we're at CKB.
Yeah, you got some people wanting CKB. I'm only here for CKB.
Let me know in the crypto chat if you want me to do CKB right now or skip to Bitcoin and then come back to CKB.
Yeah, who's all active in here? And then you got Rob KC wants some TA on IOTX.
IOTX, okay. Yeah, we got you, Rob. We will get to IOTX, and I might have gone over that once just personally. I don't know, maybe a few months ago. Is that what is that? Is that? Let's see, what is IOTX?
It sounds familiar. Number 93, Crypto IOTX.
IOTX, okay.
It looks like it's a join our journey to power billions of devices and decentralized applications across the physical and digital world. Speed, security, scalability.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, we will get to them here in a second. Steve says...
Wow, it's up 117%.
Wow. Yeah, we might have to look at that one too. Steve says CKB. So we have CKB here. I did drop a little video on CKB earlier. I've been kind of away from home right now, so I don't have all my best equipment with me. I had to tend to some business, out of the country. But we are seeing CKB here, and so that's kind of why if my audio sounds a little whack or I sounded rushed in the earlier video, that's kind of what was going on. I had some things pop up, and I had to kind of end my video on the spot. But with CKB on the daily chart, we can see that this thing has really been pushing, kind of like I mentioned in the video I did earlier today. CKB is playing out exactly as I want it to. My only gripe with CKB right now is that it's depending on Bitcoin. And like I've been saying in a lot of videos, especially some videos that I publish, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, I've been saying everybody stay on guard and be ready for this corrective wave to happen if it does. I mean, we can kind of see how corrective waves work. It's no surprise at how these things work, but the way this is looking is that we might be setting up for some sort of corrective wave in the grand scheme of things, because everything's so dependent on Bitcoin. And I'm hoping we don't bounce downwards off this 200 moving average, especially on the daily. I think that would just be such a crusher. Like I've also said in some of the videos, we really need to maintain above this 0.0166-ish area with CKB at least by the end of the week. We need to get up there and stay up there to lure this 50 moving average up. And we need to stay on top of this 200.
Where is it in the cloud? Physical chemistry said.
Yeah, so we can pull up the Ichimoku cloud. Let me get this.
I don't even know what that is. Can you explain that to us?
Yeah, so I'll explain it a little bit here. My style, or I guess like I kind of have my own little style of the Ichimoku cloud, and some people will have their baseline and their conversion line different colors, and I kind of like to flip-flop them. Anyways, the Ichimoku cloud is a great tool to kind of see where something is trading at. Bear with me one second, folks. There we go. I was driving myself crazy there. So on the daily chart, we are looking at CKB, and it is trading through the cloud. And this is what I've been kind of saying the last few videos, how important it was for CKB to make this move through this channel, because this is the least amount of resistance here. And, if we would have bounced off this, we would have seen this cloud probably open up again. CKB would have definitely taken another tumble. But my fear is that we bounce back down through the cloud if Bitcoin goes. And I would rather have us stranded on top of the cloud, getting ready to set up or kind of help stabilize. RSI is a little higher than I'd like to see it right now. People are selling CKB. It's quite evident because we've seen this price rush up, and we have...
What are your settings for the cloud, Steve?
My settings for the cloud, I will bring this up. They're just the standard settings. So basically the conversion line is 9 days. Baseline is 26 days. I don't really do any lagging span.
He said 20, 60, 120, and 30 are decent cloud inputs.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
I might have to check those out. Yep. It's good to know. And then, so we have CKB trading, inside the cloud. And a good general rule of thumb is to never make any trades while you're inside the cloud. It's just always better to make them outside of the cloud. But you got to do what you got to do if something starts tanking. We could go ahead and maybe throw up a little Fibonacci channel here and just kind of see where CKB is at in this channel. And we can really see how it's kind of really trying to nip through this 23.6. So, man, it's got to break this thing. But the caveat to this is, let's say that CKB starts moving upwards through these channels over time. I think what we'll end up seeing eventually is maybe some sort of grand ascending triangle with CKB. And we may, in fact, see something like this happen on a grand scale into next year, a year from now. This is total crazy speculation. This is if the market stays healthy going through the winter, blah, blah, blah. But it wouldn't surprise me to see a Fibonacci time zone somewhere in here if we just throw up little time sequence, I mean, we can kind of see, close enough. But we might end up seeing some movement like this, and it could go downwards too. But I'm going to get rid of all these squiggly lines on the chart. But my point is to reach this 100% from down here or down here. It did it once already. It's going to be a lot easier for it to do it again. It's going to be a lot easier for it to do it again. A lot easier for the crypto to do it again. And then you got to wonder, okay, once we blow this trend line off, how high is it going to go? Are we going to see 200% and up into the dollar region? I mean, CKB is going to require a lot of market cap for something, around the dollar, and that's, so we have to be kind of realistic in that respect.
Yeah, Steve Dreyer in the comments said that we need a Coinbase listing to blast off, which that'll definitely help. And I know that is one of the coins that they've been talking about listing. So
agreed.
That being said, I saw one of your comments on your last video from Dober Squad, if he's watching. And I'm not too crazy with the fundamentals behind Nervos, but he said in October, Nervos will be upgrading to their mainnet. It's in 3 stages. We're waiting for August for their second stage. There's other things that are catalysts for the company. So you never know with their launch of their mainnet in October. It might take off then. I don't know.
Yeah, and I have been talking with some people from the Nervous team, and I've been trying to persuade them to let me become one of their trailblazers, but it's been hard to maybe gain their trust because this channel focuses so much on price action versus actual news.
Fundamentals and stuff, yeah.
Right. So that's pretty much CKB in a hat. Let's talk, let's throw Bitcoin at the very end. What was that other one? Who had
IOTX?
IOTX?
Yeah, and then someone else said Cardano, which I'm not opposed to since that's my biggest holding.
I'm not seeing IoT. Oh, it's because I was trading stocks earlier. There we go. IOTX. IOTEX?
IOTX, I think that's it. Yeah, IOTX.
Low tech?
It shot up 100%.
Wow. Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't want to get in now.
Let's get into this, folks. A great recommendation to whoever recommended that. Thank you. But this is going to be interesting, folks. I'm going to show you something here, and I can guarantee you it might take me a time or two, but we could have almost damn near predicted this. And I mean, we can kind of see how this price action almost predicted this huge spike up here as far as a median line crossing. It's kind of crazy to see that this passes through that. But another thing I want to just check out, I'm all about kind of looking and learning from learning in hindsight to kind of see, if we can predict this stuff in the future, these kind of spikes. And if we throw up a little Fibonacci time sequence, I know you guys are probably sick and tired of me screaming about Fibonacci time sequence. Folks, we can look and see that this time sequence was warning us of this downtrend here.
So I don't want to cut you off. It was listed on Coinbase today. I think that's one of the reasons too.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know. This time sequence, we can see price went up. This time sequence, price shot up. So let's look at this on a higher level, because I'm thinking that what we're going to see is, okay, there is kind of an ascending triangle here, but this is such a very short notice ascending triangle. I mean, there really was no clear indication that anything crazy big was going to happen other than some increased volatility here. But it'll be interesting to see how this holds. My guess, we can see that this thing's probably going to come back down pretty hard. And the reason I say that is because we are trading so far away from this cloud that we will likely see this thing come down and kind of trade sideways, especially on the daily chart. I mean, this thing's at 12 cents, so it might still be kind of a bargain. I'm going to measure a little Fibonacci on this and just kind of see what kind of... Actually, you know what I'm going to do is clear the chart. And we are going to go from this high here to this low. And what we can see is price action was pretty much stopped dead in its tracks at this 127 level. So that's kind of interesting. The 161.8 is a very powerful level. The 200% above that is as well. Wouldn't surprise me to see this thing slow down, maybe form some sort of bull pennant, bull flag. I mean, I'm just looking at this candle right now and it's pumping. It's like moving around. But there's probably a good chance that we may see a leg up on this thing. I don't know any of the business with this token at all, but this is going to be an interesting ride. One other thing we could do here is throw up a little Fibonacci channel and just kind of see where we lie at the channel, because I can definitely tell this will register. Yeah, see, this thing completely blew right through everything. I could see maybe this thing squeezing up to like this 15-cent level and then bouncing back. But yeah, this is something else. I wish I could talk more about this coin, because I just haven't ever heard of it, and I haven't ever really traded it or anything like that. So
could you have actually predicted this based off of just regular TA, not knowing that it was going to be listed on Coinbase?
Absolutely. And you can tell right here, just this little move downwards here. I mean, this Fibonacci time sequence is telling us something's going to happen around this point. A lot of times when I start throwing around this time sequence stuff, a lot of people want results on that exact day. But sometimes we just kind of have to look in hindsight and kind of see, what did this mean for this crypto? Okay, big event happening, reversal, spike in price, downtrend, uptrend starting. All these do is tell us that there's an event on the horizon, and clearly.
So what's a retracement for this? Because something that shoots up this high is definitely going to come back down. Like, what level would you say?
Yeah. Well, let's get into that. Let's throw up a little retracement here. So as far as retracing goes, I find it very interesting that, obviously, if we move this down here, really, we saw this come down to this 88.6% line. And if you guys remember me talking earlier, I was saying that this is around the time where a lot of traders, especially like options, will go ahead and flip their position. So I'm riding puts down. Okay, we're getting close to this 88.6. I know other professional traders are watching this percentage, and they take other sides. They sell their puts contracts or whatever back to the market. They buy calls and ride this thing all the way back up. So we have a clear example of that. But if we move the goalpost north, we can see, bear with me 1 second, folks. I mean, I'm not sure what the next candle is going to be. Let's scoot over to let's go to a 4-hour chart. So we can see this 100% here. As far as retracing goes, the 50% mark and the 61.8% mark are going to be good Fibonacci lines or price points around the 7-cent and 5-cent level. I would definitely expect price action to come down and bounce off this 50% level. If it does, we might get a bounce up to this 38.2, and if it doesn't hold that, it'll come down to retest this 50. But we have the 61.8 level here as well. And this would be the ultimate goalkeeper for price action. Obviously, if they shorted this thing down, it's going to come back down to about the penny and a half level, which I don't think that's happening. So I think that we will jump to ADA now quick. And thanks to whoever it was that recommended IOT, blah, 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 whatever it was.
Crypto Farmer. Crypto
Farmer, thank you.
ADA and MTV, which I've heard of MTV.
Yep. So ADA, this chart is looking very similar to Voyager's. And here's why. We can see this downward trend, and maybe it would be better suited if I drew this trend level here. We just kind of squeezed into this corner. Price action forced us upwards, but like I want to see on Voyager, I want to see a golden cross. It looks like we never did have a death cross on Cardano, and this is very good news to see this 50 moving average kind of start curving up. I think that ADA will definitely retest this $2.50 price point. And what I'm seeing right here is the potential. This is going to be a really sloppy cup and handle could form at this point. And what we'll see is the possibility of a bull flag, bull pennant kind of working its way into this corner if this thing does continue upwards. I like Cardano, Dan, and I know that you are bullish on it. Are you still holding any ADA?
Yeah, that's my number one holding. That's I think this is the ETH killer, in my opinion. Okay. Smart contracts are coming up real soon. Charles Hoskinson, the creator of Cardano, I believe this Friday is announcing the hard date of when the smart contracts are going to be released. Mm-hmm. So September for a lot of these, I don't know. I keep hearing it's going to be a September to remember. So I think everything's going to moon. I mean, pending Bitcoin, I guess, but I'm hoping it's one of these days Cardano is not even going to depend on Bitcoin.
Oh, man.
But that's the thing with Cardano. There's people who love Cardano who I would consider myself a Cardano maxi, like there's Bitcoin maxis or whatnot, but I really believe all the fundamentals behind Cardano.
Don't lie. Let's show everyone your pillow. You have your little pillow. Liar.
It just sits here on my desk. But yeah. Cardano smart contracts, once that launches, which there's still doubters, they think they're not going to release it. You're going to start seeing companies' coins migrating from Ethereum to Cardano via the ETH 2.0 or the ETH 2.0 converter or whatever they call it, the ETH converter that Cardano has. But I think it needs a retrace right now. We just had a huge run up, but a good healthy retrace right now. And then on Friday, I think we're going to make another run up, and then who knows?
Yeah, definitely. And what I kind of threw up on the screen for ADA TA is it's called a shift pitchfork. And this is one of my favorite things that I don't use often. I like the Fibonacci channels, but for all of you that are watching that don't really know or understand what's going on here, is think of this upper portion of this channel. Actually, let me restart here. Think of this little line going down the middle as kind of the neutral battle zone. So we have resistance here. So once we get above this neutral zone, the crypto will face resistance. Once we stay below this line here, we have support. So we can see that Cardano has kind of gotten itself into the resistance band of this pitchfork here. Interestingly enough, we also have September 5th on the horizon. Oh, man. So keep that date in mind. I'm almost kind of wondering if we're going to kind of end up somewhere up here for a retest of this high here if Bitcoin keeps flying. Be interesting to see what some of these numbers mean. Obviously, this Fibonacci time sequence is pretty accurate in my own opinion. We can see it was warning us of this drop off here, and we had a reversal. If you look really closely, there's some. It looked like the bulls or the bears tried to tear this down and shift the momentum, but the bulls stepped in. So, yeah, I would definitely think that whatever happens on September 5th, somewhere in there, 6th, might be something to be on the lookout for Cardano. But yeah, it's definitely one of my top coins as well. I do like it. I don't talk about it as much as I should.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, but like I feel like they kind of like have someone behind the scenes that does the TA and like when they do an announcement or something crazy like that. So smart contracts are about to be here in the next couple of weeks, and the time frame you just said coincides with it. So
right. We'll, and I mean, everything for Cardano is pretty much pointing, to a clear uptrend. And the fact that we are bouncing price action and the 50 moving average off this 200 is huge. I think we may end up seeing another example like what we're seeing right here.
Yeah.
This could be a clear setup for Cardano to make its next leg up. And when I mentioned that September, what was it, 9th or 10th or whatever I just said, that might make sense here as to what's going on for the next leg up. We might see something like this happen again. And I mean, that's almost a 7 to 10x.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to be super bullish and be that guy, but that's just kind of what I am seeing.
So I watched a video today. Guy's name's Crypto Jeb. Pretty sure, I think that's his name. He's pretty big. But he did a comparison of Bitcoin's all-time high of this bull market to the swing low, and then Ethereum's all-time high of this market to the swing low, and Cardano's all-time high of this bull market to the swing low where it's at now. And they said that, like, he basically said that Cardano's has the least amount of percentage right now, like gain-wise. So he's thinking that Bitcoin has turned, Ethereum has turned. Number 3 is Cardano. There's the next big boom.
Okay, that's interesting.
It was pretty good.
That's awesome. Let's see, who else did we have? We'll move on from Cardano here.
Yeah.
I
think
we'll make this quick because we'll wrap this up here in just a bit. MTV?
Yeah, it's multivitamin
coin. Let's see here. Multivac. Okay, that's multivac T Bitcoin.
Only an 18 million market cap.
I'm not really seeing.
Wow, it's small. But
I'm not really seeing MTV USD.
Looks like it's only traded on KuCoin and Gate.io. Real small market cap coin we got.
Yeah. I'm not sure if TradingView is really going to support this against like the US dollar. So see here.
Ranked number 783 on CoinGecko. So if it's not on there, someone just said XDC.
XDC
is number 77, top 100 coin. I've never heard of it.
Okay. I feel like I'm about to go to a rave or something.
And then Rob KC just said, I think when ADA smart contracts are announced is when CKB ADA bridge will be announced. It will be funny if CKB had smart contracts on ADA network before ADA themselves. Yeah, I forgot about that Cardano CKB bridge. So yeah, dude, I swear it all is going to coincide in September. September's going to blow up. Just my opinion, not financial advice.
Yeah, good point, Rob KC. Thanks for letting us know. This XDC, I don't know, where can you even buy this Crypto Airborne? Anybody know in the chat, the Guru game?
Yeah, I got it pulled up. BitTrue is the number 1 most volume. Actually, not. Take that back. Bitfinex, number 1. KuCoin, BitTrue, and then a bunch of other smaller exchanges. But those are the top 3.
Okay, so just by taking one look at this thing right now, I'm definitely bullish on this pattern. This is a clear ascending triangle to me on the weekly chart. And this is a very large ascending triangle. So large that we don't even really see the 200. Well, let's see here. We don't even see the 200 moving average because it's so new. Let's scoot over to like a 1-day chart. Here we go. So we can definitely see we had a golden cross kind of situation occur. Price action came up. Now we are seeing a clear ascending triangle. And I just can't help but to think that ascending triangle, like usually what happens is we'll see price action kind of really break out. And let's go ahead and kind of see. This thing's been on a really nice upward climb pretty much since 420 of 2020. But
Is that a joint?
not me. I'm clean as a whistle. But we can definitely see that we are really riding this channel here all the way up. And once this thing breaks free of this trend line here, if this goes north, we will see this price explode upwards, kind of like what we saw here. And that's really because if there's enough buyers for this, do you know what the market cap is on this by chance?
XDC is 1.4 billion, circulating supply 12 billion, total supply 37 billion.
Okay. Do you know what okay. So yeah, this is interesting. I'm bullish on this. I'm definitely going to keep my eye on this. And let's just run a little Fibonacci, and I guarantee you by September 18th, this thing is going to make its way either out this way or up this way. And just with this setup here, I think we're going to see this thing move upwards. Not financial or trading advice, by the way. None of this is. Just a crazy guy drawing squiggly lines with Crypto Airborne. Might as well just call this the coloring channel. So we just make a bunch of lines on the chart.
Pretty much.
But let's throw up a little Fibonacci time zone. We'll do Bitcoin after this, and then we got to wrap this up because we were only kind of planning to do this for an hour. How many people are even watching this thing right now?
50? We got 11.
11?
Hey, it's better than none. Thanks for all 11 of you guys. I think we peaked at like 18, I saw.
Okay. Nice.
Smash the thumbs up button, guys. Helps with the algorithm, so hopefully we get a bunch of views on this afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. Just trying to kind of find a wild swing high here. And I mean, when we kind of start throwing some, looks like this candle was the lowest here. So, I mean, we can kind of see something happening September 11th. Usually when we see these ascending triangles form like this, they usually don't squeeze up into this part of the triangle. They usually kind of break like right about now. So this will be interesting. There's really, let's look at the Fibonacci retracement. Well, let's throw up an extension here. Bear with me 1 second here, folks. Okay, where is this? There we go. So we can see that if this thing decides to go north, we might be looking at a cool 22 cents all the way up to 27 cents. I mean, so maybe a 2x from here. And I think what we might see is this thing just keep working its way like this up this this channel, and at some point we're going to see another breakout. Obviously we can't tell right now. It might be in the works here, might not be, but this is definitely something that once we break this upper trend line at about 13.5 cents, we'll know more information. So if you're following XDC in my videos and you see this break above 13 cents or 13.5 cents, drop a comment. Usually I try to look at a lot of the comments, and I don't get to respond to all of them because there's quite a bit. Let's get into
Bitcoin.
Dilly,
Rob.
Yep.
Actually, I got Golden Monkey Victory Brewing.
I love a good golden monkey. That's for sure. So Bitcoin. If you've watched the last few videos, what do you think? I'm going to give you the mic here, Dan. What do you think Bitcoin's going to do?
What is that? Your ending diagonal? What do they call that?
It's my ending diagonal, yes.
I've never heard of that until I started watching you, and I watch a lot of crypto TA people, but I'm bullish. I'm bullish. I don't know. I don't think your ending diagonal is gonna play out.
And we are still hovering above this 200. This is actually a great candle to see.
Oh yeah, what was the daily? What did Bitcoin end the daily today? I didn't even know what it was because I was with you guys.
Not sure, but it just ended
We
an hour
closed
and
above the
12 minutes.
200, right?
Appears that it might have. Let's just go down to a 12-hour chart. What was these price? Yeah, we might have. I'd have to look at the official docket to see, what we did close above. But this is actually a great sign to see. I mean, if you're bullish, man,
Dude, the whole market is so bullish right now. I just have a gut
I
feeling.
know.
I think we're in the second leg up. That's just me. Whatever TA says, whatever the bearish scenarios are, like short term, I mean, okay, yeah, it might dip, but macro, like big thinking, I think that we're still going up, and I'm just gonna keep my eye on Bitcoin in the market pretty heavily in like October, November, and we'll go from there. I don't know. There's so many other people think we're in a super cycle, like we're not gonna go down, we're not gonna dip until like January, February of next year. Who knows? I don't know.
I mean, that would be awesome. I'm all for that.
For sure, yeah. But make sure you guys take your profits. Like I said, don't get greedy.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with Bitcoin, I don't know. Did anybody in the comments see the video I did on Bitcoin and the whole bounce off the 50 moving average on the daily after making these all-time highs? I just kind of, I feel like maybe that was on the weekly chart, where we see these bounces off this 50 moving average and then it's over. I mean, we can kind of see the same thing down here. And I'm all bullish, and I like being bullish, but man, I'm just I'm stuck in the middle right now. I don't know whether to be bullish or bearish because I was not really expecting this pump here from 29,000 up to 47, 46,000. I was not expecting this. I'm going to be straight up with you. The one thing that I've been talking about is those ending diagonals, and those are very powerful. We can see the ending diagonal here, which crushed us at the 65,000 level. Same thing kind of going here. I'm not going to attempt to freehand draw some more lines.
Same thing with the there's a website called lookintobitcoin.com, and they're big with their stock to flow ratio and the pi cycle indicator.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know anything about the pi cycle indicator, but that predicted the last breakdowns of the last couple of bull markets, and it predicted this one. Sure. Was it like April 26th when it happened or something like that, or when it like started to break down? But the like lines crossed, but now it's different. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hey, I'm all for, Bitcoin is so damn manipulated that it's just hard to tell, and it just kind of throws TA out of whack from time to time. We can do all the TA we want, and when the whales decide to swim, they just kind of shit all over us. But one thing I was hoping with Bitcoin recently, you know me, I'm a big Elliott wave theory kind of guy. I look for it in all my trading to make my trades, and one of the rules is that wave 0 to 1 cannot be shorter than wave 2 to 3. And so for wave 2 to 3, we got to look 13,100 we need to go up from this bottom at about 37,000, up 13,000. What did I say? 200. So I would have liked to seen Bitcoin, and we haven't had really a red breakdown or a bearish breakdown here yet. So this thing could still continue on, but really, we really need this wave to go up to at least 50,000 or higher.
What
Like
date is that?
I'm not sure. I just kind of put it up here.
Oh, yeah.
But we might be able to get an idea here.
Yeah, I think we're going to pump to like 50, 51, and then I think we're going to retrace a little bit, like for number 4, and then we're going to blast off.
Sure.
In September.
And we might see this happen around August 15th. I mean, that's 4 days away. But, if that happens, this is all very speculative, folks. This is pending if Bitcoin climbs higher. I would totally expect Wave 3 to climb to 50,000 and retrace back to maybe 47,000 to this 200 moving average. And then obviously 5 wouldn't be that high up there, but we might see, 5 consolidate around 55,000 or something. I'd say by August 25th, we'll definitely know, what's happening with the market, probably within the next 5 days. Because Bitcoin is squeezing here, and it's running out of room before it needs to make a decision here on which way it's going to take us, and we can clearly see this, through this little symmetrical ending diagonal kind of triangle.
Yeah,
but I think we will probably wrap this up. We are way overdue. This is an hour and 20 minutes.
Pretty good for the first live stream, though. I think I like this. It was pretty good.
Yeah, this was fun. And this is the first live stream I've hosted on my channel, and you're the first guest.
I got to get you on soon too.
Thank you for coming on and talking with everyone. And folks, I'm going to drop this link in the chat here. Go and subscribe to Crypto Airborne. This guy is a beast at crypto news. You will not be disappointed. You can kind of see he's got a newer channel, but he is cranking out videos consistently, and you've grown. I mean, shit, you've got what?
It's been a week. Yeah, it's
subscribers in a week and a half.
Yeah, a lot of the VGX heroes. Like I said, great community. If you guys want to get into VGX token, look into the VGX heroes. Send me a message on Twitter or something. I'll get you guys hooked up with getting a mint, picking a hero and whatnot. But one of the most supportive groups. There's a ton of smart people behind it. There's something big partnership I think we're going to have going on with Voyager. I don't know yet, but I'm hoping to get some inside information when I go down to Daytona and whatnot. But I love Voyager. I'm not new to YouTube. I do have another channel that I've done a lot of stuff. A lot of hobbies I have are drone videos I used to do, sports cars and stuff, another channel. But I just figured I started a new channel for crypto and just do all crypto related stuff. But I'm hoping to do at least videos every couple days whenever there's stuff coming out, news and whatnot. And then I want to do some interviews too. I'm going to get Six Fig on there hopefully soon. And then I'm going to branch out to some VGX hero people. There's some great stories of a lot of the guys that are in that group too that I hope to bring on. But yeah, if you guys want to sub, feel free to subscribe, and definitely appreciate it.
A couple people have trickled over just in the last minute. So that's awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
And I think we'll wrap it up from here. So thank you to everyone that is watching, stayed with us. Says we got 12 people maybe watching us right now. I don't know. I'm going to stop the screen share for now. But like I said, we'll catch you guys on the flip side. And I'll get another video out tomorrow, I'm sure. And Crypto Airborne is going to get some more videos out the next couple days. So check in with him, and you'll see him on this channel probably, maybe once a week, once every couple of weeks.
Sounds good, yeah.
Daily. You want to come on here daily?
I could.
We'll just sit on here for like 3 hours a day.
We'll just do TA. Just start talking about random coins, new coins. Let's make people money.
Yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
look into the news. You do the TA. Great
There
team
we
combo.
go. Let me know in the comments what you think of that, and maybe once a week we can kind of bring everything together.
Yeah, we'll even kind of hype it up. If you guys have any suggestions or like coins that you want to look up, or maybe you, Six Fig, you can put some type of poll or something up. Hey, what TA do you guys want to see on our live stream that we do, or whatever? That'd be even better.
Yeah, that'd be great. All right, guys. Well, thanks again for tuning in, Crypto Airborne. It's been a pleasure having you.
Salute to you.
And I'll give you a phone call here in just in a second.
Sounds good. Thanks,
I
guys.
might have spotty reception though. I'm just I don't know. I'm hanging out on this island here, and it's hot as hell, and just the coverage just hasn't been very good. So if you can't hear me, I might have to uh, Skype you or Zoom call you. So
Sounds good, man.
all right, man. We'll catch you later.